puzzles me a bit. Mm.
Practicality means what sense?
It's, for example, if there is a moment where one experiences inability to go to shop and do chores, and then remembers that this is just a reference. If you are strong enough to just go beyond the reference, then you can also do that, isn't it so?
Do what?
I just made an example of anxiety going to the
Ah,
shop.
writing.
Okay.
So I will repeat once again because we have put it on recording also. Like you shared, no? Peace, joy, happiness has no reference. Misery, sadness has a reference. It means that
And fear.
fear also, all the negative feeling. It means that those things, those qualities which has no reference can is part of our nature. Those things which has a reference, fear, anxiety, misery, sadness, if the reference is removed, the context is removed, that goes away. So now what you are saying is, suppose there was something like some chores was supposed to be done and somebody has not done, and that is creating an anxiety. This is what you're saying, right?
Or just going to do the chores, feeling that you don't have a capacity creates then anxiety.
Yeah. So now let's look it in another way. One thing you have rightly pointed out, that if that person has the capacity to remove that, then the anxiety will not come. That is one thing. So now here what we need to understand, or with what we can really ponder upon, is if peace, joy, happiness is my very nature, and this we have proved that this is my nature, our nature, by nature it is there available to us, it means that we have that capability also. In another sense, now if you will see a small kid, like small kid matlab maybe 7 years, 5 years, 8 years, and suppose you have gone with the kid to the market and you have bought lots of things. If you will ask your kid to pick it up, the kid will try to lift it up, drag it also. If it will not be able to do, it will give up. Another example, when kids start to eat, their diet is very little. But as we have grown up, our diet has grown. It has not grown like this, but it has grown. How much you could run as a kid, how much you could walk as a kid, and now how much you can run or walk is different. So what I'm saying is our capabilities keep changing with time and faith, experience also. So suppose if you have a job, something, anything to do, and that is creating an anxiety, if you look back at your life, whatever life you had, 20 years, 30 years, 40, 50 years, and see, then you will start seeing that your capabilities have increased, and maybe this also you can
Do
do.
now.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm also going through the phase of like a 7-year-old child. We just had to continue to increase the capacity, right?
Yes. Just looking back, reflecting back on the life also makes us confidence that I will be able to do it.
Hmm.
I'm giving you example, very simple example, when we were kids in India, it used to be very hot. It's still hot. Sometimes we joke like we have only three weathers: hot, hotter, hottest. So as we grew up, when we were growing up, literally when I was growing up, there was no electricity even for 24 hours. And then things changed and there was electricity for 24 hours. So imagine in that situation we did not had coolers, water coolers or whatever, AC, forget about it. So I have not seen or experienced AC till I graduated. And later on, when I started working, weather is very hot, it's very hot. Then one day, suddenly, I look back at my life, my childhood days, school days, and I realized I used to enjoy this weather. I used to go out and play, literally go out and play. Not when it was very hot, the air was also very hot. But if I had a chance, if I can just escape from my mother's uh, vision, I would simply go out and play. So, what has changed? And then I saw I was not feeling uneasy at all in heat, also.
Because the
Liter-
play, you could
liter-
play,
no,
could be
now,
present.
present. I literally am sharing one experience. I was standing in a railway station. It was about to be built. Reconstruction was happening. There was no shade, and it was summertime. And there was someone who came to drop me. He was not able to tolerate heat, despite the fact that he was living there. The city is his, and I was very comfortable standing in the heat. So, what my point, conclusion that from where I started is same. When we look back at our own life, reflect back, we realize we already have the capability. Then it gives you confidence and energy from inside. I don't need any support from outside then. If it is there, very nice. If it is not there, very nice.
Mhm.
Okay, now second point.
So, and then reverence to life is like when I just watch TV and I see so many commercials and I hear things on the radio where there is simply no reference to life. It's just, it's just the material side. And I was aware of that before in my life. But in this stage of my life, it's kind of tearing me down. It's like the seed, when there is a protection around the seed is protected. But when the stage of life comes, which is very hard, you are kind of without the seed protection, you feel everything. So I just watch TV and I see there is no reverence. I look how people talk where are stressed to pick kids out from the schools. No reverence to life. I see myself in the past, what I was talking, how I was talking. No reverence to life.
Okay. Now the point is, what does reverence means? If I will say reverence means if my life has to reward. Am I taking care of my body? Am I taking care of my mind? Because life is what? If I don't have a body, I don't have a life, right? So we have learned about the seven layers of existence. So these are all part of my life. Am I taking care of my mind also? am I ready to, when I eat, do I eat to take care of my existence, my life, or I'm eating just because my mind is saying, eat this, don't eat this, don't eat that. So, am I paying attention to what is right for me or not? If I have to have reverence for life, if it is not an emergency situation, urgency, am I going to extremes also or not? Because in emergency, urgency, everybody has to go into extremes. But in normal life, if I'm going to extreme, suppose someday I eat a lot, or sometime I eat a lot, and then I'm not eating at all. This is not a balanced life.
Mm.
This is how I am looking at. Someday I am waking up late because today I have a holiday. I will sleep till late. Then wake up, don't do much. So, and then someday waking up in the 4 o'clock in the morning or five, someday 6 o'clock. So there is no consistency also. If there is health condition or some situation, that is a different thing. So do I have a routine life, discipline also in life, which later on Gurudev has already talked about. So this is what I'm saying. Am I keeping myself clean, my surroundings clean? If life has to have reverence, and I'm keeping everything dirty around me, I'm not cleaning my body, I'm not taking care of my teeth, mouth, then what kind of reverence this is?
I am, I see. Um, I I have a challenge to accept that I was taking care of my mind using Kriya and body and space, and still I I am going through this kind of phase in my life. And for example, my job right now uh, wants me to be very early, and it's physically quite challenging. And then on weekend, the body needs at least rest a bit and to compensate a bit. So I see that that must be a toll on my body, and still I don't do it because I don't revere life.
No, don't look at it that way. Now that you understand that you should have reverence in life, what I will say is we all have certain conditions in life and we need to adjust according to that condition. My suggestion will be if you are waking up early in daily because you have to work, go to work early, maybe you sleep early also. Early means literally early, 9, 9:30 maximum. And after your work, come, first do Yog Nidra. Why not? During your working hours, just take out 10 minutes and meditate in between around lunchtime. Half time. I mean, suppose it is 8 hours job. So around half the job, 4 hours. After 4 hours, take a break for 10 minutes. Just meditate for 10 minutes, nothing else. And then when you come back, you freshen up, do Yog Nidra, and then do your sadhana and everything. So just see, I'm saying what is possible. Like I'm sharing one situation of one of our devotees. Huh? He had a small kid and he will travel every day for 45 minutes at least in the bus. His company had provided him a bus. Like they used to go together. So 45 minutes going, 45 minutes coming. So he was upset. Why? When he comes back, his wife also needs time. His wife was housewife, and his kids also need time. Now he cannot devote time to knowledge. Sadhana somehow he was able to manage. So I told him very gently, I asked him first, what do you do when you are traveling in the company bus? So not much. So I said, why don't you do one thing? When you step into bus, obviously you greet each other, hi, hello, how are you, everything. It takes 5-10 minutes. Then why don't you put up earphone, headphone, whatever, and just listen in your mobile, whatever you want to listen. And despite the fact that like you are intelligent, he was also intelligent, but he never thought it like that. I said same thing. You can come while coming back. You can again do. So at least half an hour, 50 minutes morning, 50 minutes evening, you are giving to knowledge, and that knowledge will energize you, refresh you also. Then you also will not feel. Also, you will not feel bad that you are not listening to knowledge. So what I'm saying is we need to adapt to our situation. Everyone, me also. So just see how you can adapt. But if I want to have a life where I don't want to adapt and still keep living like that, then it becomes very difficult. Adjustment, adaptation is one of the qualities nature has given us from by birth. That's why human beings are so smart, no? We adapt to any situation. So that you have to think about.
Okay.
Again, there will be some challenges. Not everything will go smooth. So just believe that you can handle the challenges also.
Yeah.
What was the next point?
So discipline of body, discipline of words. Um, this already I shared how much
Mm.
things I realized about my life. Actually, the Ashtavakra Gita starts with the power of speech, with the power of words. So it's not a coincidence. It's really mm, all my life actually culminates now here in this.
Wait, Andre. Have you seen a white cat? Snow white cat.
It's coming inside.
It's just checking on the doors. It's closed. I haven't seen a white cat like this ever. Oh my God. So beautiful. Anyway, yeah, please go.
So, and this that the purpose of words is to create silence. You know, this Swamiji so beautifully resonates in me. And 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 again, if I try to make it practical in my life, already greeting neighbors now in my situation becomes a challenge because I was living here in Tina's house for 7 years and we've been living vibrantly, helping each other, smiling. I was in good mood. And now when I am this kind of person now in situation, already speaking to them, saying hello without the same happiness and everything is a challenge. So this is doing something in me, you know, culturing the words and
Mm.
then culturing the mind. Obviously, I was not doing that in the past because otherwise I wouldn't go through that. Mm.
You know, I suddenly realized this is one thing that has changed my behavior, my words, everything. Until my pitta has gone very high, then it becomes really, I just keep quiet. Discipline of words, you know. There was a time I used to take pride in speaking harsh, sarcasm. I don't know how do you say, but we call it taunting,
How?
pinch, taunting. It is yeah, taunt. It is called taunt, taunting, like hurting people with words, knowingly hurting people. I knew that this will hurt, and that is how, and still many people use sarcasm. Sarcasm now, taunting, sarcasm, and discipline of words. This one thing has changed myself. Why? I realized when I was getting hurt, when my mind was not in the center, it was here and there. Then I wanted to take it out on others by hurting them. And this is sort of, tamasic nature. Also, now I'm realizing, but then I decided no, I will not hurt anyone with my words. Knowing, suppose I say something and somebody feels sad, that is a different thing. I'm not hurt saying something to hurt. So it's not that I was always like this, but there were situation times when my mind was not there. So in the center, then it used to happen. So my point is, don't look at yourself like you were always off the chart, off the point. No, no. But when you were off, when your words were not uh, like creating peace, were not loving. So what was those situations? Definitely nobody in sane mind, nobody in happy, joyous state of mind will do that. So don't look at it like this. And now that you are facing challenge in saying hello, so take up this as a challenge. Just go out and say just once or twice here and there, just say hello. Just forget about strangers. Go to shopping, I mean mall and somewhere, and just say hello. How are you? That is good to strangers.
It's so hard, Swamiji. It's so
I
hard
know
for me
I
as a
know it's
child.
very hard. I know it's you are talking to me. I know it's very hard. For me, it's very hard talking to strangers because I'm not sure how they will react. But just take up this, no? Smile and just how are you? Good morning. Dobardan, whatever.
And also to the coworkers, they are simple people, my coworkers.
Yeah,
And
just let them.
when they chit chat happy things about the women and about the sex there, it's when I was in good mood, I could just, hear in, hear out, and I smiled. Now it's steering me inside. It's
No,
like,
no, no, no. Do one thing. When they talk, na, just smile and say, ah, sorry, this is not my area of gossip. Simple.
oh,
But don't be angry or sad because we are not here to change the world. Sorry, this is not my area of gossiping. Simple as it is. And continue with your work. If it is tearing, it's okay. But you can, this much you can say. Why it is tearing? Why it tears many people when we feel helpless? We think that we are not able to do anything, even it hurts even more. So just saying this very kindly, gently,
can we find another way of saying it? Just like,
anything.
because they are Southern people,
No, no, just one thing. Don't look at
Okay.
anyone a label. You remember we talked about label. If I'm putting a label on you,
Yeah.
I am already prejudiced and biased for you against you both. So my mind has already lost my center. Don't look at people with labels. They are human beings, they are living beings, they are divine beings. Look at people like that.
So what if I just smile?
Yeah, just smile.
Okay. So,
We need to be really careful about labels. No?
mhm.
It's it's not that I'm always not putting labels, but when I put label, no, I immediately become very aware. Because if I'm putting label, it will change my behavior. It will change my words. Everything will change. It will take me away from the center. So I'm not doing any harm to other. I'm doing harm to myself by putting labels. So becoming aware is good enough. Becoming aware if is good enough, what happens? Suppose I have to go to, suppose Jalo, like we went to the talk. No? When I know that I have to go Zalo, I will take the way which will go to Zalo faster. If I am not aware, then I can go around here and there and reach. So becoming aware is more important. It may happen that you will not be able to implement everything now immediately. That doesn't matter. But if, like, when we were kids, we used to we had to put effort into remembering the tables, mathematical tables. It was not like it happened in one day, but parents, teachers, everyone will keep beating on the back. You have to, you have to, you have to. Then one day everything become very easy. So this is what I'm saying. Don't think that with awareness everything will change instantly. It may not.
Yeah,
I'm, I don't know.
it's a matter of phases and learning. Like I'm learning now that so many things. Um, I had this feeling that I can do myself alone, and now I'm going through the phase that I have to accept that I need s- help from people. So this, like when I remember when we were going to Zalok, you were there, Swamiji, there was a time when I could do it alone. Now, without you, I could not even come to Zalok library.
No,
This
no.
is this is the
See,
phase how I
just,
felt.
just remember one thing, everything keeps changing.
Mhm.
This will also change. How long it will take, I don't know.
You don't know.
We don't know. And suddenly one thing again click one. You know, reverence for life, culturing the words, culturing the mind, all needs silence, a deeper silence. That's why we need to meditate every day. That's why we need to go into silence again and again. Either guided silence, like we have silence programs, or some silence when we are all alone, also. Not looking at the mobile, TV, nothing. Any duration of time. But sitting in silence programs helps a great deal because there is and people around you, and still you are keeping silence. Everybody is helping by their silence to each other. Then there is knowledge, there is guided meditation. That, of course, will help a lot. Anything else? You have time?
I have.
Okay. Anything else?
So culturing the mind, And this don't judge yourself to be that you are a bad person, or like, or that you are a mad person, not bad person also. Uh,
Same. Don't put labels on others. Don't put labels on yourself.
so, and then the Ashtavakra Gita starts with the main question, which finally, when I was reading and listening to Ashtavakra before, I never, I didn't realize that basically it's about how to be free.
Simple.
So somebody would like to be free from pressures of responsibilities. Somebody would like to be free from feeling of not being able to be responsible in life as before. So this freedom is really beautiful, beautiful.
But that type of freedom,
Which one?
this type of freedom that I don't want responsibilities, I don't want to do it. This is not freedom.
No,
Any
no, no. The freedom of the situations where life strips you away the capacity to really fulfill the responsibilities that you want to do. You know what I wanted to say. Like when you are in very bad,
come again. I did not understand. Yeah.
when you are in bad situation, you have the feeling that very normal things in life which you were doing, you don't have capacity to do.
Correct.
So this is not a freedom.
Right.
So to look that through the lens of freedom is revealing, because freedom means that you can do the responsibilities that you were doing before.
Yeah. What?
Freedom means that you can take more responsibilities, because this is life, you know. If you are a mature man, I don't have my own kids, and
Okay. Just hold on. We will see this. We will see it further. Freedom means what? Huh? We'll see this later on.
okay,
Don't conclude it here. Just whatever is your understanding is good, but keep it open. Like maybe more things will come. How people say in English, no, open-ended.
because this is one of the faith of people who we don't have children, is that sometimes other people judge you, or you judge yourself, how you are actually only working about yourself, only, and then how can they know what you are going through?
Uh, you are worried about what people will think.
Not, I'm thinking about myself. Look, you don't have kids. Look, Tina has job,
That
kids,
it doesn't.
everything, responsible, and you cannot even go to the shop to do the chores alone.
First thing is you are worried about what people will think. Second thing is you are comparing yourself with others. If you will compare yourself with others, that is not going to help.
I
Never.
was doing that all my life, Swamiji.
Everybody does. It is not only you. Everybody does. Now just become aware. First thing, you don't need to worry about what people will say. Don't be football of others' opinion. And second thing is, don't compare yourself with others at any given moment of time. How I have grown up, I will share, and then we'll conclude today.
Yeah.
Nature has made me a very unique person, very unique being. If nature has made me like this, can I not trust nature? 'Cause? 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 ' If nature has made you like who you are, what you are, can I not trust nature? I I always got the answer I can trust nature. Now, have we remained same? No. With maturity, lots of things change. As we kept growing up, we lot of things changed. Our understanding changed, our memories changed, our behavior has changed, everything has changed. But the moment I compare myself with someone, I don't trust either nature or the flow of nature. That's why, Gurudev says, look at your past as your destiny. Look at your present as your uh, self effort. And look at your future as a mixture of both self effort and destiny. Uh, Unintelligent, immature thing is to look at your past as your self effort. It will not help you at all. And future is a mixture of both. It will always be a mixture of both. You are cooking something and you have cooked that thing many times before, but still this time the taste will change, may change a lot. So future is always a mixture of self-effort and destiny. Present, if we don't take it as self-effort, we will become a lazy person. We will not be able to do things. Yes.
Swamiji, how come that when I was a kid, I felt very old, very, very old. I remember when I was 60 years old and I watched my parents have their own challenges. I remember saying, look, you are so immature. Said to my father, no. And then when I was in the secondary or primary school, I felt separate because I felt that I'm old. And
No, that
now,
is when
Swamiji,
that
hmm?
is that is okay. When you mature,
And now when I feel myself as a 7 year kid, it's so hard. In myself, I feel like 7 year kid. Now,
don't don't compare yourself also with your own self. Don't. Past is a past. We remember the dream thing. It was a dream. Just think about it. We'll talk about it tomorrow, maybe, if needed. Just think. Somebody remembers his or her past life and is still worried about what happened in the past. What will you tell that person? Just think about it.
it's a dream.
That's what I'm saying. Just think about it. If you remember your past life and you are worried about that, what happened in the past life, what people will tell you? Come on, that does not exist anymore. Simple. It was a dream. It will feel. It's better to take that as a dream.
And how can I grow up this 7 year kid which show up only now?
You don't need to. You don't need to. You don't need to. Just let go of that label that it is 7 years old thing. You're just going through an experience. This will change. This will also change. It is how it is inbuilt in the scheme of nature that things keep changing. When I came to Slovenia last year, Gregor told me that it was November, December beginning. He said, surprisingly, it is still hot for Slovenia. When there was snow, Katya was telling this kind of snow we had some 6, 7 years back. Things are changing all the time. Those things which we never thought will change are also changing. Okay. See you.
See you.
Have a good day.
We will write WhatsApp, okay, when to meet.